back again with a quick update on the job hunting situation. As you are watching this, I am most likely in an interview. If you're watching this a few hours late, probably finished by now. And if you're watching this days later, then you'll know the outcome because I've made a video on the outcome anyway. But I just wanted to let you all know that I am now going for an interview for a retail role. It's just an in-store assistant. As I mentioned in a previous video, I've pretty much given up going for full-time design roles. I do actually do some part-time graphic design work, working for a couple of friends, and then any businesses that want to do work with me. I've done a couple of design jobs here and there for them, things like flyers, business cards, social media posts, etc. But it's nowhere near enough for full-time income. So I'll still do those things in my spare time to make a little bit of extra cash, a couple hundred a month. But the position I'm going for is a full-time retail role, and we'll see the outcome. It was going to be a different video today that I upload. It was going to be a video that was me being very disappointed and upset and stressed that I had not gotten an interview in, I think it's been maybe 6 weeks since I've had an interview somewhere, which is the longest period of time without an interview since I started looking for a new job. It has really slowed down recently. So I was quite disheartened by that, wondered, what was going on. And yeah, I recorded about a 27-minute video or something that was very rough to record. I got very upset. And yeah, I opted not to upload it in the end. I still have it on my PC. And I'm choosing to do this instead, as obviously the situation has changed now. I do have an interview coming up. And if I get the job, that video will be scrapped, probably. I don't know. Either scrapped or retitled as like a, this is how I did feel before. You get the idea. But yeah. So here we go. This is it. We'll try again. A lot of it's not what I wanted to do, obviously. But at the end of the day, I need a job. This is now a 4-month journey that we've been on, much longer than I thought it was going to be. I remember making that video about losing my job and saying that I was confident that I'd be able to land a position in a few weeks to a month. And obviously here we are at 4 times the duration I thought it would take. It's kind of ironic, actually, that probably to this week, I wouldn't say to this day because I don't know the actual date, but it'd be close, probably within a week, 10 years ago. So between September and October in 2014 is when I actually went for an interview at Sainsbury's, which is a supermarket. If you're from the UK, you'll know what Sainsbury's is. And it's just weird, that I'm now again 10 years later going for another position in retail. It's not at Sainsbury's this time, but basically doing the exact same thing. Just a general in-store assistant. Yeah, we're back where we started. It sucks, but it is what it is. I need a job. I need money, and with that money, I will live. I will pay for my house, food, bills, everything that I need, and I will pursue something I am interested in on the side, which is now the YouTube thing. And I will probably leave professional graphic design behind. I'll still do it in my spare time, freelance, as it's a skill that I have. Already said this, don't need to really reiterate. I'll do it in my spare time, do it freelance to make some extra money, and maybe do a few videos design-wise on the channel, whether it's updates to my portfolio, tutorials on a new channel was an idea, or just like streams, etc. Some people said they'd be interested in seeing some stuff like that. But as for full-time professional design, likely the end of my professional full-time design career. So yeah, so that's kind of it. there's a lot more that I recorded in the big 27-minute video. I went on to ramble about, how much this has affected me. Again, I've already mentioned in a lot of previous videos, the reason I wear a beanie right now is because I've literally pulled out a ton of hair due to stress, which is a condition called trichotillomania, which I have now as a result of losing my job. When I lost my job, my bank account was almost 5 figures. We are now in a very scary position where in about 9 weeks' time, it will be 3 figures. So I desperately need a job. So I am praying I get this role, because if I don't, then it is, to put some humour into this situation, squeaky bum time. So yeah, that's where we're at. Like, I need this. So yeah, I just need it to get by. I wish my camera would focus. It's so annoying. Sorry if it annoys you. Yeah. I always said, I don't want to ramble too much, but just to reiterate some things I did say in that video where I got upset, just in case I never do publish it, a couple important things. I always said I parted on good terms with the company that made me redundant. And, I was kind of like, I wouldn't say friends, but like, I got on with the majority of people there and the people that owned that business. But over the past few months, obviously, I am now under the mindset of losing that job quite literally destroyed my life. Everything that I worked for the past 10 years, that is my jewelry business, the little plushie business I have, having a graphic design career, things that I've invested in and purchased, such as expensive watches. A few of you know I'm into luxury watches and things, or the Pokemon cards I have that I'm invested in because I believe they will go up in value over time, etc. I think I've got a quick example of one here. Right, this stuff that I put my money into is at risk of needing to be sold so that I can live. That's the stage we're going to be at in 9 weeks' time, is I will have to start selling my possessions that I worked incredibly hard to obtain over the past 10 years. And that sucks. That is the position that the company who made me redundant have put me in. So, can't really be on good terms with them anymore. Especially if you know context regarding, the bad decisions that were made from that company. The people, as far as I knew them as human beings, were okay and things like that. But business decision-wise, so many bad decisions were made that were glaringly obvious. And me and the other designers and people from other departments said this during our time working there. Obviously, we never said it to the CEOs out of fear. That's a very common thing. But many of us raised eyebrows at certain decisions, thinking that maybe one day, it would result in a bad financial quarter for the business, etc. So yeah, so I can't really be on good terms with them that much, because they put me through an immense amount of stress, which I feel could have been avoided. Obviously, the reason for redundancies was because the business had a bad year or a bad quarter financially, needed to lay some people off. I feel that with better decision making, that could have been avoided. Please focus. There we go, kind of. Anyway, we're at the end. Doesn't matter if it's not focusing. We're at the end, yeah. To end off, something cool kind of happened, but it hasn't really progressed anywhere. I was going to wait to mention this. A few people in the Discord already know. Throughout the 4 months that I've been looking for a job, I have received somewhere in the region of 4 to 7, let's just go with roughly 5, requests for interviews, but not from companies wanting to give me a job. I've been receiving interview requests by news outlets, to name a few. ITV, on television, national television. The New York Times was another one. Yahoo Finance is another one. And then off the top of my head, I can't remember the others. Those are the most recent three that have approached me in the past month. So yeah, kind of cool. Initially, I said no to a lot of them. That's why I never really mentioned it. But I have actually said yes to Yahoo and ITV. So who knows? Maybe you'll see me on TV at some point, which would be kind of cool. Yeah, that's due to my thoughts on the whole situation changing and things. Before I didn't want to speak ill of the company I worked for before. I didn't want to put anyone on blast. Essentially, wanted to keep it pretty low key. Besides the one video I made and move on from the situation. But with how much it literally has ruined my life over the past 4 months, I am now willing to just speak about it and absolutely rinse that situation for as much money and engagement that I can get out of it. If I can get on TV and have a 2 or 3 minute segment to talk about, how this has affected my life and whether they pay me to be on there or it results in thousands of people checking out the YouTube channel from TV, etc., I'll take that opportunity. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So if anyone wants to interview me or invite me on a podcast or something, so yeah. Anyway, that's just a pretty cool thing to end on. That's it. So yeah, video after this will likely be letting you all know what happened. You'll either see a very smiley, cheerful me, or you'll see a very depressed and scared me. Just wait and see what happens. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for everyone who's watched these updates. Hopefully this is the second to last one. I believe the word for that is penultimate. The penultimate video. And then we can just move on from this whole thing. Yeah, hopefully that's what happens. But yeah, thanks to everyone. Please focus camera. Thanks to everyone that's watched all these, supported. Oh my god, this camera is so annoying. There we go. That's super bright now. I just hit the microphone. That probably damaged all your eardrums, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. This is such a bad video now. I've ruined it. Thanks to people who've watched, supported, left the comments, grew the channel, the people who watch the ads. It brings me some revenue. The people who join the Discord and communicate with me, people who are in the streams and just talk to me and give me advice, or just hang out and have kind of become online friends, etc. If there's anything good that has come of this whole situation, it is that it's helped me realize that the YouTube thing is something I want to do long term. It's it's started a community for me, which is something very cool, and hopefully it just grows from here. So yeah, all right. I'm going to end this now, otherwise I will ramble for another 15 minutes. So, all right, thanks, and goodbye.